Hi everybody, I am Rani and I'm the owner of the Montessori World blog. Today I would like to show you how to make a box from a piece of paper. I like to work this activity with older children, say 6 years old and above. And what they gain from this activity is there's a lot of knowledge regarding geometrical patterns, especially the squares, and mathematical knowledge. I can do some counting as well, language per se, and art and craft, as well as an advanced practical life exercise. So to begin with, we need a piece of paper, a pair of scissors, and a pen, just in case we need to draw some lines. Now, what we need to start with is a piece of square paper. This is a rectangle piece of paper. Now, we can use a ruler to measure a square, a shape, a picture on the paper, or if we don't have any tools to work with, we can use the folding method. So what we do is, this is actually a recyclable paper, so what we do is we just fold a piece of paper, and put the scissors here, fold the piece of paper into a triangle like this, yeah, and make sure you press the folded line really hard. Okay, and once you've gotten that, we're going to cut out this piece of paper right here, because that's what we don't need. Now you can use a pair of scissors to cut it out, or you can even tear it out with a ruler. Okay, you can put that piece of paper there. Now we have a lovely square, and this is the folded line that I've made just now. Now I'm going to make another folded line just by folding the square into half, and we make a triangle. Alright, so there we go. Using a pen, you don't need this when you are folding this activity with children, but this is what I want to show you. And it's also good to show this to a child who's probably weak or in folding, or younger child. So what we're going to do now, this is the center of the piece of paper. So I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold one side or one edge of the paper to the center, just like this. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. As well as to the other two sides. Okay, and now I'm going to fold one side of the paper to the line over here, sort of like a 3/4 piece of the length of this paper. There you go. And then another folding method to the bottom part of the piece. So what we have is, on each side we have four rows of spaces here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do the same to the other side. So I'm going to fold that right 3/4 of the length, and then to the very bottom part of the line. And again, I put 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, you do not need to draw the line when you're doing the sporting activities. I'm drawing it here so that you can see it very clearly what I mean when I say 3/4 of the length and towards the bottom of the piece of paper. So there you go, that's one, and then the other one. Okay, so you have there 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so you've got one more. No, sorry, we've got this one left. We've got one more left this side, so 3/4 length. So it really helps with children who are starting to practice, even with adults, when you're starting to fold and you can't really see the lines because you can only see the creases. But if you're a person who works very well with creases, then you don't really need those lines to help you. Okay, so as you can see, we have a pattern of squares, and what you can do with children, you can actually count those squares with them, and you can count the triangles with them. Yes, that's really very helpful, and it's a very symmetrical pattern. So now what we're going to do is, I'm going to cut out 2 squares to make the box. So I'm going to cut out 1, 2, and another one here, 1, 2. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. So we have 1, 2 squares, and 1, 2 squares. Now, not to worry if the line is a little bit crooked here, because as I said just now, it's just a guideline. What is more important is that you have a wonderful crease. Okay, that's why pressing the paper is very important when you're folding it. Now I'm going to cut out the bolded lines that I've made, 2 squares and 2 squares. So obviously this box will have a square base and another 2 square on the other side. So what really, when I'm cutting it, I'm really following the creases. Because I can feel it with a pair of scissors. Alright, so there you go. And then turn it around. So there you go. You've already got your box's shape, as you can see. So that will be it. What I'm going to do is just to make it really stay. If you have a wonderful fold, and then the paper will stay really well. Like that. Yeah. And you fold it. Fold it like that. So there you go. So that's one side of the of the box, just like this. Now let's do the other side. And if you would like to see what I'm doing, I'm just going to press that. Just pull that in, and then just do that. Just follow the natural flow or direction which the paper will give when you're folding it. And there we go. And I'm going to fold here again. It's a very important part because that's the base. And it's the base of the paper. There you go.